In a world consumed by material success, social status, and the constant chase for more, many of us eventually pause and ask, is this really all there is? For some, that moment comes in a hospital room. For others, during retirement, or after achieving what they thought was the pinnacle of life, only to find it empty. What if the real path to peace, clarity, and fulfillment lies not in chasing more, but in transforming our consciousness from the outside in? This article explores how to shift from external validation to inner fulfillment, a transformation called consciousness evolution. Whether you're a corporate leader, a young dreamer, or someone simply tired of the rat race, this journey inward might just be the most powerful pivot of your life. Part 1: Understanding Consciousness. What are we really chasing? Before we talk about transforming anything, we need to ask, what is consciousness? At its core, consciousness is our emotional signature, the core feeling state that governs how we interpret life, make decisions, and measure happiness. Most people operate within one of 5 layers or levels of consciousness, each defined by what we chase and how we define fulfillment. 1. The material layer. Our happiness depends on money, possessions, and physical comfort. We chase financial goals, accumulate things, and often judge our worth by our bank account or lifestyle. 2. The emotional layer. We seek validation, compliments, and social dominance. Being liked, admired, or envied becomes our fuel. This level often revolves around ego, image, and competition. 3. The survival layer. We crave safety, routine, and predictability. Happiness is a quiet day, no drama, and the ability to sleep and eat in peace. We don't want to be disturbed, not even by joy. 4. The intellectual layer. We're driven by curiosity. Learning, discovery, and understanding life at a deeper level gives us more joy than any physical reward. These are the thinkers, philosophers, innovators. 5. The altruistic layer. Our happiness comes from giving. We derive deep joy from sharing knowledge, kindness, or resources. This is the layer of service, where we become contributors, not just consumers. Which layer are you currently operating from? And where do you want to be? Part 2: Why Transformation Matters, the Pain of Outer Layer Living. Most people start their life's journey in the outer layers, material, emotional, or survival consciousness. That's natural. Society teaches us that success equals money, status, and control. But here's the truth. The outer layers are loud, but they are never enough. Even billionaires cry. Celebrities fall into depression. Executives burn out. Because no matter how much you acquire, the soul still hungers. And that hunger isn't for more, it's for meaning. Why we suffer? Material success without spiritual clarity feels hollow. Constant comparison leads to anxiety and low self-worth. Lack of purpose drains our energy, even when life looks perfect on paper. Eventually, when the outer noise quiets, often due to age, crisis, or burnout, many start hearing the faint call of the inner world. Part 3: The 3-stage process to transforming consciousness. So how do we transition from the outer to the inner world? How do we rise through the levels of consciousness and find genuine peace? The process can be broken into 3 powerful stages. Stage 1: Awareness. Know where you are. Before we can evolve, we must be brutally honest. What currently gives you happiness? What do you chase, and why? Are you living to impress or to express? Self-awareness is the foundation of transformation. You need to observe without judgment, just like a scientist. I see. I react this way when I feel ignored. I feel validated when people admire my success. These insights are gold. Journal prompt. What do I fear losing the most? And what does that say about where my consciousness currently resides? Stage 2: Exploration. Taste the inner world. The inner world must be experienced, not just preached about. You can't sell someone on inner peace, they have to taste it. Try volunteering at a shelter. Helping someone without expecting anything back. Sharing your knowledge freely. sitting quietly for 10 minutes a day and observing your breath. These are not just moral acts. They are neural reprogramming. They rewire your brain from consumer to creator, from taker to giver. When you taste the joy of giving, you realize, this feels better than taking ever did. He who gives is the one truly wealthy. Stage 3, integration, practice until it becomes you. Transformation doesn't happen through a single act of kindness. It happens through repetition, like learning a new language. Start creating new habits. Leave a little extra tip without calculating. Compliment without holding back. Listen fully, without waiting for your turn to speak. Practice mindfulness, even for a minute a day. Every time you choose to give instead of take, observe instead of judge, and serve instead of impress, you strengthen your inner world. You move from ego to essence. Over time, this becomes your new default, your new consciousness. Part 4, living from the inside out. As you evolve inward, you'll notice subtle but profound changes. You become less reactive. You stop letting people, traffic, or deadlines control your peace. You feel more fulfilled. You no longer need validation to feel whole. You find deeper relationships. Because your presence, not your persona, is what connects. You fear less. Because you're rooted in something no economy, job, or breakup can take away. Living from the inside out means you own your joy, rather than renting it from achievements. Part 5. What about religion or spiritual practice? You don't need to subscribe to any one religion to evolve consciousness, but you do need discipline. In Buddhist terms, it's called discipline, focus, wisdom. Discipline, start by setting simple practices, like daily giving or silence. Focus, learn to control your attention, it's your most valuable resource. Wisdom, with consistent practice, deep insights arise, not from books, but from within. Think of these like a gym for your soul. You don't get fit by reading about exercise. You show up and train. Part 6, the final shift, becoming a lighthouse. Once you've tasted the inner world, it's only natural to want to share it. Not by preaching, but by living it so fully that others feel inspired to ask, how are you so calm in chaos? Then you know you've become a lighthouse, not a salesman. Give without agenda. Lead by example. And remember, you can't change people. You can only inspire them to change themselves. Don't push or invite. Transformation isn't about pushing others or forcing ourselves into ideal versions. It's about inviting a better way, tasting it, living it, and sharing it. No matter what level you're at now, there's a deeper, richer, more meaningful version of life waiting, one that doesn't depend on wealth, fame, or control. It starts with one shift. From getting to giving. From outside to inside. From fear to fulfillment. Are you ready to evolve? Daily micro-practices to reinforce inner growth. Here are some simple daily prompts that help shift your consciousness from outer to inner. Practice example. Morning reflection, what can I give today? Gratitude habit, list 3 things you're. Silent minute, sit with eyes closed for 60 seconds. Micro-giving, leave $1 for someone, hold a door open, smile genuinely. Listening, practice in your next conversation, just listen, no advice, no judgment. Small acts.